This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and the first episode of Homage or Horrific, which looks at movies that could be either of that. Homages to a particular film or films, or horrific messes that should have never seen the light of day. What I'm looking at today is a 2001 movie called Horrorvision, which isn't a great movie from a visual effects standpoint. In fact, despite the fact that it was made in 2001, most of these effects just are pretty bad. But that being said, I saw this scene and it kind of blew my mind. Take a look. That scene is literally taken verbatim from Clive Barker's 1978 movie Hellraiser. And for my money, this was leaning way into the horrific area for me. But I luckily watched the rest of the movie because it's brilliant. Now keep in mind one important detail. When I say brilliant in the context of Horrorvision, I don't mean good, because this movie is not good. The acting is, for the most part, pretty bad. Very little about this movie is good. But that being said, it is fascinating and I think you should watch it. It's also on Tubi if you haven't seen it. Check it out, because this movie is not good in the best possible way. As I've shown, this movie steals an entire scene from Clive Barker's movie. But if it stopped there, it would be horrible. But this movie is remarkable because of its brazenness. It not only steals scenes from Hellraiser, it has an aesthetic that's entirely taken from 2002's William Malone directed movie Fear.com. It tries to be sleazy and depict a subculture, bondage, and S&M, that type of thing, though it does it very badly, and nothing quite feels genuine. It just doesn't work in that way either, but it tries. That's what so impresses me about this movie. It tries so hard to steal so liberally. For me at any rate, this is starting to tip over in Homage because it's just so remarkable. It not only takes things from Fear.com, it not only takes things from Hellraiser, it actually takes things from 1979's Phantasm, directed by Don Coscarelli. Good movie if you haven't seen it. This, not so much, but it's so blatant in its theft. And if that weren't bad enough, it also takes from 1992's The Lawnmower Man. And if that weren't enough, it's essentially The Matrix. This movie is wonderful in its awfulness. It's great. And when I say it takes the idea from The Matrix, I am not kidding. And in fact, it's built from The Matrix. You have Lynn Cordova, who plays Dez, who is essentially our Neo here, and he has to face off against this AI, which is slowly causing people to go insane and to kill each other and stuff. Why? I'm not entirely sure. They gave some explanation to the effect that some pissed off person did some programming or whatever, and it's taking over. It's kind of gibberish, frankly. But in any case, it's so remarkable. There's a character played by James Black who's called Blackberry. Guess who he's modeled after? As I said, this is not a good movie. So, as far as I'm concerned, Horrorvision falls way into Homage territory. It steals from numerous sources, but it's so blatantly obvious, and it's so not very well done that it becomes its own creature entirely. This movie is remarkable. Though, what do you think? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Homage or Horrific. Let me know what you think down below, and as usual, consider a like or a follow. Peace.